So when I finally awakened, I call it an awakening when I turned 50. It's it's a life journey. So growing up, I was super low self-esteem. I didn't get any attention from my father until I played sports, and I didn't really want to play sports. I did it anyway. I was comparing myself to everyone. Everyone was better than me, prettier than me, smarter than me. I even had a girlfriend growing up, and I was not like a girlfriend. I like men, but no, a friend growing up when I was younger. And she was a lot smarter than me and very competitive with me about it. So I didn't feel smart. Fast forward, my whole life, I felt like I wasn't good enough. So I would work out harder, do my job better than anyone can. I'm a workaholic anyway. So I would do something better as best and give 110% in everything I did. Everything. So I burnt myself out. I had adrenal fatigue. Then I married the late husband who was emotionally abusive to me, and going through all that on top of my low self-esteem. And then finally, I get to this country and I just can't hold a job very long. And I'm like, what is going on? What is happening to me? And then when my ex passed, that's when it all came to me. I called it a new chapter in my life and a new life. Like, I was always manifesting freedom. I want freedom in my life, like full freedom to do, say, be, and go anywhere I want. And full self-expression to me is freedom too, which I wasn't really allowed to with my late husband. So when he passed away, it was me and my son. And I'm like, oh, this is what freedom feels like. I didn't have to answer to anyone. I didn't have to explain myself why I bought something for myself. I didn't have to do anything. And it was one of my avenues to enlightenment. I've also had a ton of years, a whole lifetime nearly, of personal development. And that helps with the tools I have and the spirituality and the meditation, and all of that helps. It really, it was important that I went through that stage, because then as soon as I turned 50, it was like, wow, I'm 50 and I'm telling everybody. And usually a woman doesn't tell her age. And here I'm like spatting it out. Wow, I'm 50. People were like, okay. But it was that energy and that, wow, what the hell's going to happen the rest of my life? And knowing how to take care of myself, like lifestyle, health and fitness and food. And I already knew all that for 20 plus years. I was practicing that, but not learning it, but not practicing all the time. But now it's like I had this bug and it says, go do it now, practice it now. So I thought, okay. And once I started doing the lifestyle I know that's healthy for me, everything just clicked. And I already know I already know what I want. I've always known what I wanted. It's not about that for me with low self-worth. It was more about the decisions I make in a moment. So when someone close dies at such a young age, he was only 55, and my son loses his father, and grief happens. And when grief happens, low vibration happens, and nothing good comes into your life. Like it didn't for me. So it was the decisions I made during that grief that helped me get out of it quicker. Who do I talk to? And the people who surrounded me, who are my friends and my, like, people I know. I mean, people out of the woodworks would come and help me out. And when they came to help, That to me I cried harder than my husband passing away during my grief. I cried harder because people were so kind to me. So all that and all the life experiences and all the personal development and all the shit I went through hell and back in my life. Now it's like I can make a decision now and say, I don't need that in my life. I don't want that in my life. And shit happens. I mean, bad stuff's happening today and yesterday. And it's like, well, I made a decision not to focus on it. I made a decision on how do I solve it and what do I need to do for myself in the meantime, and what do I need to put in place with my integrity to move my life forward so I don't get all upset and depressed. That's the aftermath. So yeah, it's a life journey with a long story for you. And a life journey on this is the awakening I had because I have a choice. Yeah, and it's important to me to empower, I like that you said that. It's important to me to empower others because I believe, and beliefs is the truth for that person. So I seriously believe I am here to give light to others. And I always say make them smile, to put a smile on people's faces, but it's more about their energy and how they feel about themselves. It's like, I know I'm here to do that. And I don't want to do it as a profession, but I just want to do it because that's my purpose. That's something I just give away. And it's important that I keep my energy and my light beaming. And those are the things I ask myself. So, okay, I pushed myself a little hard a few weeks ago. And every night I'm out, I'm home late, I'm not sleeping well, I'm working on top of that, just a lot going on. And then I start feeling guilty because I'm not taking care of my son because he had the flu. And I thought, oh, he said he's fine. But as a mother, I felt very guilty not being home for him. So all of a sudden, I say yes to all these people, and then I go out on this Sunday and do a photo shoot, and it's so windy and cold that my immune system was already low. I was already tired. I didn't listen to myself and say, you just say no and rest. Stay indoors and rest. But I didn't do that, and I said yes, and then I got the flu. And then I couldn't take care of myself. I couldn't work out. Here I'm trying to get well and working at the same time. So when that voice speaks to me, it's something saying you've got to do this and take care of yourself first. It is so important. So when we hear those voices or our intuition or whatever anyone calls it, it's a choice we make consciously. So if we're going to listen to that voice, are we going to listen to our gut? We have a choice in that moment. So it's okay, because this is what I'm learning. It's okay to stop for a second and think about it. What am I going to do right now in this moment? It's going to give me my life and give me my future. What am I going to do? So sometimes I don't stop and listen and think about what decision I'm going to make. I just say yes because I want a full, crazy life. I don't want to be bored. I want to have adventure and my high vibrations, and I know, I don't know, I just understand that about myself. So other people, it's what in that moment are you going to choose? Like me going to do that photo shoot in that kind of weather, I came so close to saying, no, I cannot come out. I'm not feeling 100%, but I'm like integrous. So what happened was, no, I said I'd go. I'm going to go. I'm not sick. I just feel a little low, but I didn't consider the weather. I didn't consider the voice talking to me. And I just went anyway, thinking, I'll be fine. I'm healthy. I'll be fine. And then that was ego taking over. But we have that choice in the moment. And then after the choice, here's another thing. Do we go, oh shit, and beat ourselves up over it? Or do we say, okay, I did that. Good lesson. Let's see how quick I can get out of this sickness and get back into life again. What choices do I need to make to take care of myself? So that was eating healthier foods, soups, sleeping, saying no to certain people because I wasn't feeling well. I had no choice. I had to say yes to the work. So, but how am I going to take care of myself while I'm working? I took naps. I didn't start as early. I went to bed earlier on time. I did my full day of work. So those are some of the things that I made decisions on how I can take care of myself. But again, life is busy. I'm a single mom and I don't have anyone to look after my son except me. So again, some of those decisions are not the best for me, but the best for me and my son. And those are the things we have to consider.